It's the NFL on EA Sports.
And we'll be watching the Browns' speedy running back. He's the owner of the third most rushing touchdowns league-wide.
It's the Browns and the Bengals under the lights on Thursday night.
As the weekend approaches, let's settle in and end the week right, with an outstanding Thursday night contest here with the NFL on EA Sports. All right, football fans, settle in because we got bragging rights on the line in this one. Kate Scott, Brock Hewitt here with you as we get set for a division rematch, Brock. One side seeking the sweep and the other looking for some revenge after how that first showdown went.
What do they say about familiarity? Familiarity does what?
It breeds something, Brock. It breeds, contempt.
It breeds contempt. These teams don't like each other. They could fake it. They could say all the right things in the paper. They don't want any bulletin board material. But the fact is, you know your division foes better than anybody, and they know you. And that familiarity does bring a little extra heat into this matchup.
The Bengals have Evan McPherson out there, and he'll get things started from Cincinnati. He stopped on the return at the 27. So here are the Browns now, headed out for their first drive. Bringing them out, a 4th overall pick in 2023 out of Florida, a super athlete at quarterback, Anthony Richardson.
As you take the field coming off of a bye week, you really want to take advantage of what you just did. The self-scouting, the evaluating of yourself over the early part of this season, and make sure you capture what you want to do and what you have to do over the rest of the season.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Like a good target, Brock. Neighbors is there. And he's tackled with markers down. This one should be on the defense. Well, he had a chance to pull up and avoid the hit, Brock, but we knew the outcome from the moment he decided not to. It made contact. That flag came out. They'll run here following the penalty. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Hits his running back. And a solid gain there, gets him across the 45 before he goes out. Short yardage situation here, it's 3rd and 2. Getting the fullback involved here. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
What that play shows you is that if you're not keyed in the fullback right away, he's going to make you pay.
They'll run here on 1st down. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. Running it after the penalty. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. They only get a yard out of that run. It's going to be 2nd down.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Here we go, 2nd and very long. He's on the move. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first.
You know, that may have been a situation when you look back on it and he watches the tape the next day. He's got to find a way to throw the ball because his running ability, while it gets him some yards, is not enough to get the 1st down.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
He's got a lane up past the 30. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35. So here come the Bengals, ready for their opening drive. They're led out by the legend over in LSU, the former #1 overall pick in 2020, Joe Burrow.
Just an all-around great performance from him last week, Kate, in the win. Those 2 touchdowns he had played a big part in the victory, no question. But so did keeping it clean, not throwing a pick. You want to become friendly with your own defense? Make sure they don't have any extra possessions to defend. He did his job, and so did his teammates.
Right side cut by Higgins. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. On first down, here's Burrow. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. Now hang on, looks like somebody came out after that play a little shaken up. Not sure we saw exactly what happened, but he'll get some assistance now. First and 10 now. Here's Burrow. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Here's the lone back on the handoff. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. That was Martin Emerson with a stop that time. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now.
Here we go.
Burrow out of the shotgun. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete. And on 4th down, out comes the Bengals field goal team and Evan McPherson. This will be from 52 yards. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And we're all tied up now in the first half.
I know they love that golf adage, drive for show, putt for dough, but it's awfully nice to drive for show and to have that kind of weapon in your back pocket.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. He's got a lane up past the 30. The tackle's made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard line. The Browns and their running back about to get back to work. And he's continuing a great start to the season. You can see currently pacing the NFL in rushing yards. On first down, they'll run. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. That was Geno Stone up there to make that play. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Back to the well again. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Play stopped by Damone Clark. So now here's 3rd and 5. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. Short pass brought in. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. That's good for 7 yards. And that gives the Browns a first. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they had that one contained right at the line. Play stopped by Damone Clark. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out, and you know there's no escape.
Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Looking to return from the 29. And it ends up a good return for him, up past their own 40. Looks like he might break it for a minute, but still a good 14 yards on the return. And it'll be Bengals football. First down, Burrow to throw. Got his target, it's Higgins. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Burrow from the gun. That throw finds Jamar Chase. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
On one, ready?
We've arrived at the end of one. Time for our second quarter. It'll be Bengals football to begin. They'll need something big here to start out. It's third and long. Fits it through the middle. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. Into the hands of Elijah Moore. He makes it in for the Cincinnati touchdown. The Bengals take a second quarter lead. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. He fields it from the 8. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Browns and this running back headed back out for a new series. And you know who the ball is going to when they reach the red zone. He's currently top 5 across the NFL in rushing scores this season. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. Dump off caught by his back. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Play stopped by Damone Clark. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Hand off to the back. And he found some running room for a nice gain. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3. Here's Richardson. Forced out to his right. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. Chris Jenkins Jr. there on the tackle. 3rd and just 2 to go. Back-to-back carries here. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a 3rd and short stop.
Less than a yard needed here on 4th. They give it to him again. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Changing things up. They're going to throw now. Caught by his back. And he's out of bounds right at that 25-yard line.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. And it sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
Let's go now.
Here's a give up the middle. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them the chance to stall things out on a 3rd and short.
Just a single yard, but that's going to be enough to move the chains.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
All right, set now, 1st and 10. Another carry for him. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get games like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. He manages a gain of 8 there. And that's good for a Cleveland first down. Running this one left. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. Now we're going to have a break in the action. One of the Bengals in some pain. They're going to go out to look at him. He brings it in. And that play is brought to a halt. They're going to say at the 5-yard line.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight ends short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
3rd and short yardage here, Richardson. And that one's incomplete. For now, he brings up 4th. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about. Man, there's no way around this, Brock. They had that offense exactly where they wanted them, and the penalty gives them a whole lot more breathing room.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the late, great Dennis Green. He said it perfectly. We had him right where we wanted, and we let him off the hook.
Plowing up the middle. Runs it in for the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. Well, we all knew what was coming when they got into that goal line formation, didn't we, Brock? And they just pound the rock in for an old-school touchdown.
I just sometimes love that stuff. Nothing fancy, nothing cute. Here's our formation. You know we're running right at you, and we challenge you to stop us, and you can't.
Now Harrison Butker for the point after. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Browns tie things 10-10. Butker on now to kick this one away. Return starts at the 3. He's brought down to end that return as we've reached our 2-minute warning. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
11 empty. Gun. Stop.
Now Burrow. It is caught left side. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. Into traffic, complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Burrow back to throw. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's brought down after a short gain. To throw again, it's Burrow. Able to get it to Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Here's Burrow. Throwing the out route complete. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 38. Connects with his back, Jaleel McLaughlin. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident a screen would get them enough yards for the 1st, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
This one taken in by Chase. He's got a gain of 6 there. That was Denzel Ward who brought that play to an end.
Here we go. 11, 12.
From the 23. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. The final timeout taken by the Bengals. 5 men in the secondary for the Browns. 3rd down coming. Burrow out of the shotgun. Escapes the pocket. Nowhere to go with it, so he just throws it away.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. That's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. Hold on, though. There's a flag down here. Although, if this is on the defense, Brock, they're probably just going to decline it and keep that make. So after some careful consideration, they're going to go ahead and decline the penalty. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. Beginning a new drive here, but just 16 seconds to go before halftime. Prior to first down, they decide to call a timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Beginning a new drive here, but just 16 seconds to go before halftime. On first down, it's Richardson. He put everything he had into this one. That'll be incomplete, and the clock shows 10 seconds left.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball, too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge game.
And they don't connect there, so only 6 seconds remaining. No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Back to throw it. He puts some power on a deep one left. That's grabbed inside the 30. We've hit halftime here in Cincinnati. The Bengals carrying a lead into the locker room. Now it's down to Florida, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. But first, let's give everybody a look at what's coming up later this weekend around the NFL.
No need for halftime. We'll just keep it right here and get started with the third quarter. Butker on now to kick this one away. Return coming from the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. Here comes the Cincinnati offense for the first drive of our second half. And they really leaned on that passing game in the first half, Brock. Let's see if that emphasis continues to start the third.
On one, ready?
Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10.
11 mighty. 11 mighty.
Throwing is Burrow. Brought in right side by Moore. And he's tackled for a short gain. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
Here we go. Stop.
The give now out of the shotgun. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Tackled there by Jerome Baker. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here.
Here we go.
Burrow from the gun. On target to his man Higgins. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The Bengals send out the punting unit. He was only needed twice in last week's win, and he gets this one away. That's taken at the 15. And he gets his offense in better field position here to start. Up close to the 30. The Browns returning their offense, and this running back to the field. This one returned for 11 yards. And the Browns will go on offense. They motion the tight end over. They'll run the counter. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. They get 13 on the pickup. And that gives the Browns a first. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll be out of bounds at his own 45.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Finds his back complete. And he's able to cross midfield before going out. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
Short pass brought in. And a solid gain there. Gets him across the 45 before he goes out. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. A give now from the gun. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in the pocket for a later occasion.
And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stuffed right at the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. He's on the move. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
And he gets very good yardage there. That's down inside the 10. Well, we've talked about this before, Brock. The thinking's simple but effective. We'll stop getting it to this guy when you find a way to stop him, and they have yet to do that today.
You know, there's just certain things up in this booth that I love. I think you could feel it emanating from me. And one of them is when you impose your will, and you don't back away from it. If they can't stop it, run it right at them.
And he's brought down for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
And he'll go down shy the end zone. They mark him at the 4. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. Has the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns grab the lead on their first series of the half. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Butker to try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Browns take a 4-point lead. Butker on now to kick this one away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Cincinnati just about set for its next offensive possession. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Gun. 11 Thomas. 11 MT. 11 MT. Kate. 11 MT.
Toss play, short side. He's contained at the line for no gain. Nathaniel Watson there for the stop. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. Trying to get it to T. Higgins. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Burrow. That's a catch. Looks like he's in bounds. Good effort, but still short of the 1st.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
They'll bring out the punter here. And he wants to hit his 2nd effort just as well as he hit his 1st. He broke 50 on his 1st punt and looks to have done the same here. He has it at the 22. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The visitors back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And the last time they had it, they ran it down the field on him. I'd expect some better resistance up front if they try that again. They'll run here on 1st down. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. The play brought to an end by Logan Wilson. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Lone back gets the handoff. He'll drive it forward, but won't get beyond the line. The play brought to an end by Logan Wilson. They just get the play off. Buys time, rolling right. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. We've reached the end of the 3rd quarter on this Thursday night. It's Browns ball, working to carry this lead through to the end. First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Here's the handoff. And he has this one past the 50 and will start downhill into Bengals territory. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Back to the well again. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. Now after battling on that run, we see one of their linemen appears to be injured and in need of some attention. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. Completed to his running back.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Richardson on 3rd. On the move, headed right. And he's off the mark there. Too far behind him to adjust. That brings up 4th down. Harrison Butker out now. He knows how big this try is. This is a 55-yard look from the left hash. It's running out of steam, and it falls just short. It's no good. And their lead will remain unchanged in the 4th.
Obviously, Kate, that miss would have made it a touchdown game. But think of it this way, it's still a touchdown game. But instead of it forcing overtime, now it's going to give them a loss.
Higgins makes the catch. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
Here we go.
2nd and 8. Finds Chase on the slant. Touchdown, Cincinnati! The Bengals take a fourth-quarter lead. It's a Jamar Chase touchdown. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period.
Yeah.
End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Point after up and good by McPherson. And the Bengals push their lead to 3. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. This offense running out for a new series, led by their running back. And I think we can agree the plan to keep him out of the end zone, it hasn't quite worked so well for this defense, at least not yet. He scored twice, really been the one his group can turn to for a spark or a big play when they've needed it. Richardson now on 1st and 10. Hits his running back. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. 2nd and 3 now. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. And he's certainly given us a performance worthy of these primetime lights. This is now a 100-yard game that he's put together. 1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Richardson back to throw. Chased out to his right. He takes it himself. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
And this one doesn't go far.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
And he's stopped out at the 16 after a small gain. A gain of about 3, so a third of what they needed. 3rd and 6 coming up. He gets it out left, and it's caught. And this one does not go far. We've reached the 2-minute warning from Cincy. Browns trail by a field goal. Offense looking confident, but they need 4 here on 4th down. He's back to throw. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Oh, look at this. He's set up to throw. That's complete to Gesicki outright. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Here we go.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
Dot. 11, 11, 11.
Right up the gut. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. The Browns take the first of their 3 timeouts. 3rd and 4 coming up now.
11, MC, tank. Buddy, touch.
Back to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Now a timeout's called. Cleveland using its 2nd. It's victory formation the rest of the way for the Bengals, who take a knee. Now the Browns spend their final timeout. This won't run out the clock just yet, Brock. They're going to have to kneel it again after this one. With the win in hands, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
He goes to a knee as time winds down in this one.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
Fields this at the 19. And he's brought down before the return gets far. So the Bengals pick up the win in this one. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with the victory.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports.
And we'll be watching the Browns' speedy running back.
He should be a busy man out of the backfield. It's the Browns and the Cardinals.
And it comes your way next on Madden NFL 25.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Hi again, everyone, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Browns ball club. They come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Cardinals here, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here come the Cardinals, and it is Kyler Murray from Oklahoma who leads them out.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it in the middle of the schedule. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a gain of 13 and a very solid opening play for this offense. And they'll send the tight end in motion. To throw is Murray. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first. They fake the handoff. Now Murray under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They overload him that time with a safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. Kyler going to give this to Benson. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Well, a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. Murray now to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Trey McBride, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. And the Cardinals will go up 7-0. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown reception from Trey McBride. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here are the Browns under head coach Kevin Stefanski. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. Now flags, and we're going to get a delay of game. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Yeah, Richardson back to throw it. And right away, he lost the football. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered, because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
And then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change.
And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. So they go with the empty set, and that's the risk you run right there. Nobody was there to protect.
Well, you know how most offenses have audibles and they've changed plays when they see certain sets? A lot of defenses do the exact same thing. You go to an empty back set, they bring pressure, and boy, did it pay off in this case.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. The drive will begin with a run by Benson. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Here's Murray. Able to get this one to McBride. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. On play action, it's Murray. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Completes it to the fullback Ham. And he's got this down to the 35. The Cardinal passing game dialed in now. First down. Murray now. A short one here, caught by McBride. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and a couple. In motion right, that's Harrison. Now Murray. This is taken in by McBride. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Murray going to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Trey Benson, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals are able to add on to that lead. Aubrey good with a PAT. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Browns offense led by their running back headed out for the 2nd possession. And he's run well here in the first half of the season, no doubt. You can see the graphic. NFL leader in rushing coming into the weekend. The Browns drive about to get started. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down. You look at this Arizona defense. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
I still crack up a little bit after we left our meeting with the defensive coordinator, because I said to you, stop me if you've heard this before. How about him saying, well, first order of business, we got to stop the run. Of course you do. He's got a good unit, but facing the #1 rushing team, they have to stop that in order to have a good performance.
They'll run on first down. Vance, and he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They'll keep it on the ground. Vance, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Up the middle they go. Vance, a pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. 3rd and 19. Now it's Richardson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The Browns send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Cardinal football here to start quarter number 2 as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. Running out of the gun here with Benson. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st down, right back to Benson. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. In motion goes the tight end. And now Murray's going to set up the throw. This will be caught. Judy. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Jerry Judy, 29 yards. And the Cardinals are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And that pushes the lead up to 23. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores. And I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Here's Richardson to throw. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. In motion, the tight end. On 1st down, Vance. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Let's go now.
They'll keep it on the ground. Vance. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Come on, come on.
They'll try the left side. Vance down to about the 32. Now after all of this, hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Now a handoff up the middle. Goodrich. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. Richardson looking to throw this. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there. Richardson. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll start on the ground with Benson. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. From the gun, Murray. That's complete to McBride. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So as they talk it over, we step aside. On 1st down, it's Benson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. To throw, it's Murray. That's complete to Michael Wilson. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 31-yard line. Here's Murray. He's got his tight end. That's Ryman. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Throwing now is Murray. And it's knocked away and incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Now Murray again. Caught. It's Wilson. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And this one is right through, and that will extend their lead even further. So everything else has gone right in this 1st half. Kind of follows that it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. That's complete. It's the rookie from USC. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Again, it's Richardson. His throw incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. 1st down. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
Now Richardson. That's caught left side by Neighbors. Yeah, the Browns are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
This is caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Malik Neighbors in the final seconds of the first half. And the Browns are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
They're going to keep it on the ground, but he is not going to make it into the end zone. They stop him short, so they'll add only 6 as we come up on halftime.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we are at halftime here on Halloween as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point, Week 8 of the NFL season. We'll begin up in the Steel City, Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, and they are seconds away from halftime, all tied in that one. From there, we head east to check on the Bills at home in Buffalo, and they trail the visiting Eagles at halftime. Will Shipley, a touchdown run in that first half. Finally, let's get right to the center of the U.S. map and check in on the Chiefs at home in Kansas City. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. Patrick Mahomes killing it. 3 touchdown passes. The former Florida State man, Trey Benson, had it going in the first half. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3.
The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Browns offense set to go to work to begin this third quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
And he'll get about 3 out of that up to the 39-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
This is caught inside the 15. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Here we go. Set.
Richardson looking to throw.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on second and goal? They'll try to run this one in. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Well, they're going to try this thing. They're at the 5, 4th and goal. They're going to go for it. We'll see. Run, probably pass to both in the arc. Touchdown! A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Browns are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that cuts this lead down to 13. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Cardinals offense and Kyler Murray headed back out onto the field. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
He'll get that complete to Harrison. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Here's 2nd and 7. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. Pass complete there to Harrison. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 26. Again, they'll throw with Murray. He completes it to Wilson. And down inside the 15 he goes. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. On the handoff, Benson running right. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. This is 2nd and 8. They'll go again with Benson. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Shotgun now from Murray. Sliding it. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jerome Baker able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
They'll turn things over to Brandon Aubrey now for the field goal. He hit his first, this one from 38. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here to about the 48-yard line.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line to hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline.
Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. That's complete to his tight end, Paulson. But he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Browns are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Kevin Stefanski going to leave the offense out to go for 2.
Let's go.
Now receiver in motion left. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it.
As we prepared for these games, we've noticed offensive coordinators have had an expanded playbook on 2-point conversion tries because they never know when they may have to use it during a game.
But that also means the defense probably has more for these situations too, right?
Oh, no doubt about it. I think for the most part, defenses will be aggressive on 2-point tries. They want to get after the offense and make them force the issue.
And here the defense wins. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The football going back over to Arizona now. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this 3rd quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. 3rd quarter action. Appreciate you joining us from Cleveland, Ohio. 2nd and 10. Now Murray. Pass complete to Judy on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. They run over center with Benson. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's Cardinal football. They're also out in front of the scoreboard as we get set for the 4th. Play fake. Murray. Wilson's got it complete. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. Murray going to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A give. Here comes Benson. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And he's got it. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Michael Wilson
A 24-yard touchdown.
And the Cards are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Aubrey good with a PAT.
And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. With the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Now it's Richardson.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9.
So from the 37, here's 2nd and a yard. Richardson looking to throw this.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Here's Richardson to throw.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down.
And Richardson looks to throw once more.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete as it's knocked away. But a penalty flag is down. So who's this going to be on?
Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
Here's 2nd and 10. Richardson. A throw right side caught by Neighbors.
And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Yeah, Richardson back to throw it.
Over the middle, it's complete.
And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Yeah, Richardson yet again.
Steps away to his left. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Anthony Richardson.
His 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year.
And the Browns have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field.
Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Now the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4.
Out of the gun, here's Murray.
Out quickly to Judy.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. On play action, it's Murray.
This is taken in by McBride.
And they do finally get him at the 12. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
A give left side for Benson.
He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Another run here with Benson.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. And now defensively they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
Michael Wilson, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Cardinals are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey.
And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Richardson working from the gun.
He's going to sling this deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
The scoreboard tells a story for him, a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Byron Murphy.
And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
A handoff here to Benson.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset.
2nd and 9.
And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column.
And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 76 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
A give up the middle with Benson.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Here now, 2nd and 4. On the give, it's Benson.
Stays on his feet. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Arizona, they fall a game under 500 now at 3 up and 4 down. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.
It's the NFL on EA Sports.
And we're in for a show from Anthony Richardson.
He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Browns.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run, in need of some attention. First and 10, ball set up at the 48. They give it to him again. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Let's go now.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Back to the well again. And he reaches midfield and starts driving into Chargers territory. Give him 4 on that run. That's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the first down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
Come on. Hey. Ready?
3rd and short yardage here, Richardson. Has him on the quick hitter. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. Offense looking confident, but they need 4 here on 4th down. Trying to throw for it with Richardson. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So this one will not get it done. They're going to turn this over on downs. So now we'll get a look at the other offense as the Chargers take the field. They'll be led out by someone known for putting up numbers since he entered the league back in 2020, the Oregon Pride. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Now give left side. Gets up the edge to the 35. And he gets this up to the 38-yard line. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Back-to-back carries here. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. Short pass brought in. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Off the play fake, here's Richardson. He finds Neighbors right side. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. All right, all set up now, 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Oh, they get to him behind the line, and he loses the football. And they scoop it up. They can still run with it. Well, you don't like to see the fumble, but hey, at least they were able to be the ones to recover it, and they keep possession.
Yeah, and I think the key there was to stay calm through the chaos. Cooler heads prevailed and got him the ball back. The give here on 2nd.
And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. Flushed down out to his left. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. They'll try and punch it in. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Ball at the 2 here for 2nd and goal. Going ground game again here. And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. 3rd time's the charm. He gets it again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. And he gets taken down immediately. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Halfway there on 1st down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
Okay, break. Come on. Hey.
From the 27. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Richardson back to throw. He has the first over the middle. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Markers reset, ball at the 37. A throw left side, caught by Neighbors. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
Get it. Ready.
They'll throw again, Richardson. Throw left side, complete. And he's going to be across midfield, close to the 45 before going out. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Right up the gut. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
And he doesn't get much. A small pickup down to the 42. Here's Richardson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. They bring on the punt team, and they get this kick away. And this gets all the way down in. First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Throwing now from the gun. Gets everything he has under this throw. And he swats that deep shot away, but he better not celebrate just yet. Looks like his contact drew a flag. They may still get this yardage. And it's as we expected, partner. The call pass interference, so put it at the spot and give him that 1st down.
Here we go.
1st down throw here from Richardson. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down. Now Richardson to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And they're headed in reverse after that sack. They've held him out twice. Here we go. 3rd and goal. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. And the Chargers will take over.
Ready.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. That one's complete right side. And he'll get it up to the 27. 2nd and 3 now.
Let's go now.
Give now to the running back. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first. Well, this certainly has been a memorable contest for him. His coaches, man, they're going to take this kind of output every single game.
This goes a little beyond the expectations they have for him, maybe even for himself. What impresses me so much, Kate, the guy just doesn't tire. Getting stronger, literally, as this game's going on.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Offense to the line for 2nd down.
Here we go.
Another carry for him. And he drives it up past the 45. Give him 5 on that play. Now it's going to be 3rd down and 6. Defense showing blitz. Richardson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. On is the punt team, and away goes the punt. He fields it cleanly. And he gets his guys a few yards. First and 10 now from the 30. Richardson. Escapes the pocket. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. They'll run here on 1st down. He's out in the clear. And he crosses out of bounds, so now we're going to learn who the penalty flag is on. Would have liked to have kept that big play, but the officials and penalties say no, and it's got to come back. To throw, Richardson. Finding Collins. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. So after that completion, we've got a player in some visible discomfort. And here come the trainers to get him some help. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
Here we go. Here we go.
Lone back gets the handoff. Jukes out a one-stop. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Here's a give up the middle. And he's able to rip off a chunk of red zone yardage to the 10. Richardson trying to get everybody to the line. Handoff on 2nd and short. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. And with that run, he's reached the coveted mark for a back in a single campaign. This is officially a 1,000-yard season on the ground. They can decide to play for the tie or win later. First, they've got to reach that end zone. It's 1st and goal. And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. It's 2 yards on the gain, and now it'll be 2nd and goal. They give it to him up the middle. And in a rarity today, he's stopped at the line of scrimmage. The makings of a goal line stand here. No gain on the run, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Let's go now.
Here we go, right up the gut. And in a rarity today, he's stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain, maybe just a couple of inches on the run. That brings up 4th and goal.
Come on, come on.
They'll run it up the gut. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Browns now trailed by just a point in the 4th. Well, and the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. Jukes one defender. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. Tight end going in motion here. Going to the ground again on first. And not a lot of space to work. He's brought down at the 45. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Throwing from the gun. Complete out to the right. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing now, Richardson. Hits his running back. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. On 1st down, they'll run. And he's going to take this only to about the 31. Timeout called by the Chargers. They're first. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Back-to-back carries here. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. LA uses a timeout here. It's 2nd. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call's going to be on 3rd down. Now to throw. And they got there in time. He's taken down. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. Harrison Butker out now. He knows how big this try is. This is a 55-yard look from the left hash. It's far enough, but does not. The Browns, nice field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Hand off to the back. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's able to get this down to the 36. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
Let's go now.
Back to the well again. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10.
Come on, come on.
They give it to him again. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Finds a man right side. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2.
Here we go.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Simple dive up the middle. And they bring him down pretty quickly at the 10. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. Richardson now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. Out of the gun. They'll give it to him inside. And he got what he could there, only to the 14. Harrison Butker out now. He knows how big this try is. Timeout taken by the defense. They're 2nd. And that'll leave them with just 1 remaining in overtime. For the 2nd time today, they're going to run the kick team out for the field goal. The upright's 31 yards away, dead ahead.
You know, Kate, that may not seem like much, right? Just to go 1 for 2 as a kicker, but it's a whole lot different just psychologically for these guys to see one go through because they may need him at some point later in this game.
So the Browns come away with the win. And with overtime in their back pocket, they weren't going to lose it at the end, but they still managed to set up the field goal, and he executed the game winner. What a memorable way to win it.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports.
And we'll be watching the Browns' superstar running back. Your standard at running back this season, pacing the league in rushing.
It's the Browns and the 49ers
Under the lights on Monday night.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And we drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Second down in the yard. They'll keep it on the ground. Vance. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Up the middle they go. Vance, and he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's second down. From the 44-yard line, here's a 2nd and 8. And they'll go to the air now with Richardson. Oh, his first throw of the game, going to be intercepted. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10. Richardson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Back to throw. Here's Richardson.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The Browns send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. The Browns drive about to get started.
Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half.
The start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it 2nd down and 11. Now it's Richardson.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
Richardson out of the shotgun.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. He's got a man complete.
Still on his feet.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Malik Neighbors.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Browns have cut it back within a score. Maybe that is the boost that this offense needed.
They did nothing the entire half, but out of the blue comes...
Cleveland offense ready to go.
As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, and they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
3rd down and 10. Now Richardson back to throw it.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And this one will be touchdown inside the...
Richardson looking to throw this.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
2nd and 10. Richardson looking to throw.
And got his man complete.
Down the sideline he goes.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Browns are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
So from back deep in their own territory. The
Browns drive about to get started. And with a little under a minute to go, they may try and work their way into field goal range and try to tie up this ball game. He's going to look deep down the field. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play there just before halftime. 46 yards. First down now, but that clock rolling. And that's going to be incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go, and it's going to bring up a third down. From the shotgun, Richardson. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Diamador Lenore. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And into the end zone. A final shot before the half. Richardson going for the deep ball. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
And good starting field position. All the way up to about the 35-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Being chased out left. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. The Browns send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Not good at all. Punt him. The Browns drive about to get started.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of it.
It's caught inside the 25. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great play there. 70 yards.
And the Browns are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making. Both offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues.
Now Richardson.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little.
Oh, he's intercepted again. It's Richardson's third of the game.
And into the end zone. How will this offense respond? Their defense just gave up the touchdown. Now it's their opportunity. 1st and 10. He's going to let this one go deep. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked up by Diamador Lenore.
We are in the 4th and final quarter as the offense will have the football starting this drive. 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's got a man complete. And they They finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34.
Here's Richardson to throw.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the...
Kevin Stefanski consulted with his guys above, and they've told him... So for Kevin Stefanski, a smart decision to throw the flag. Richardson will throw for it.
He's got it. So they convert the two that... So after giving up the touchdown, now what can this offense do? Can they strike back? We'll see. 1st and 10. Richardson throwing to start the drive. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
Offenses all over continue to be aggressive, and most people never turn down a shot at a deep ball, but oftentimes it attracts a little bit of extra attention, and it did on that play, and that one got knocked away.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
He's going to wind up and air it out. That's going to be knocked away.
It's week 11 of the 2020.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. They'll keep it on the ground. Vance.
They'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
And they're going to speed things up here. Throwing on 2nd and 8.
Richardson.
Fighting through pressure. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down. Now a handoff up the middle. Vance.
And he's got it to about the 40. The Browns at 3-6 now on the year. Now, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have the home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. That's complete to his tight end, Paulson. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Off play action. Richardson.
And this will be incomplete.
Nice play on the football, and while it was tipped in the air and made everyone a little bit anxious before falling to the ground, you just know defensive players are taught to knock the ball to the ground. But early in games, emotions come into play, nerves come into play, and despite the training, the ball was tipped up. Fortunately for them, they didn't pay for that error.
They'll run on 1st down. Vance. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
First down marker at the 5. It's 2nd and goal. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns will jump on top with the game's first score. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10.
And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory.
2nd and 6. Now a give right side. Vance, and he'll get it down here to the 43. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Richardson working from the gun. He finds his man complete. That's Barton. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead.
The full team is involved in this game early, aren't they?
The Browns drive about to get started. So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there is never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll keep it on the ground. Vance, and he'll work this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. They'll come up 2nd and 7. Up the middle they go. Vance, and he'll be taken down at the 34. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a 1st. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. To throw is Richardson from the gun on 3rd down. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. Vance, he will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Operating from the gun, Richardson. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. 9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Now a handoff up the middle. Vance, no gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Here's Richardson throwing to start the drive. A quick throw, but incomplete. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. He's going to air one out. And got his man complete. And all the way down to the 29. A big play that time for Cleveland. 51 yards. On first down, he'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be second down. They'll look to throw again. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25.
Third down and 6.
Looking to throw, Richardson. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to make it fourth down. Back to throw. Richardson.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Back to throw now on first down. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Keep in mind they can still get a first down here as they come up on 2nd and inches. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Browns will extend their lead here just before halftime.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down.
Ready, set.
The Browns drive about to get started. They'll start on the ground here on first down.
And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on fourth down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8.
Looking to throw. Richardson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Up the middle they go.
Vance knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
Let's go now.
They'll keep it on the ground. Vance. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On third down. Vance. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47.
Come on. Hey.
Now a handoff up the middle. Vance. Still fighting. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
114 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season.
On first down, Goodrich. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
And Richardson completes a quick one out wide.
So the completion good for 7 there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Back to throw. Richardson.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Browns are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
He'll try again. And he's not going too far. In fact, stopped dead in his tracks at the 3.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 14 on the year. And the Browns look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. They'll start this drive out on the ground. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. Richardson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Trying to lay one up deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The Browns send out their punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Give him 11 yards that time. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Vance. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And this offense on 3rd down today, 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Patrick Quinn. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now Richardson. He finds his man complete. It's Barton. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Richardson on 4th down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have the Browns 1st down. It has been a struggle, but it's looking like that'll be the one to seal a victory. The Browns in victory formation now as they take the knee. Down to a knee goes Richardson, and that should finish off this victory. A lot more was on the line in this one than just defending your home field, CD. They defend their home field against a division rival and get the victory, so this one feels a little extra special.
It has to, right? There's always just a little more emphasis on games like this. Everyone talks about playing each game the exact same way, but you and I both know that is not true. Division rivals, you want to take care of business not just at home, but against a team that you really don't like very much, too.
So for the Browns, it's a win they needed, if for nothing else than their sanity, as they move to 4-6. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, their luck may have run out as they fall to 4-7 now in the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
It's week 12 of the NFL.
And we'll be watching the Browns' superstar running.
Richardson now throwing to start the drive. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken out of bounds all the way down near the 35-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Operating from the gun, Richardson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Back to throw. Richardson. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Looking to throw. Richardson. This is intercepted. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they will finally stop him, but... So 1st and 10 now from the 30. He sets to fire deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll try the left side. Vance, and he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 41. Up the middle they go. Vance, and he'll bring this one inside the 35. Well, look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. They'll keep it on the ground. Vance, and he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to move the sticks with a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches. Now a handoff up the middle. Vance, and a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Up the middle they go. Goodrich looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Richardson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the first down. Butker's kick here is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. Now Richardson throwing to start the drive. Looking deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Back to throw. Richardson. He finds his man. Complete. It's Barton. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Looking to throw. Richardson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A good pickup there, a 22. They'll run on 1st down. Vance. He's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. 2nd down now. 2nd down and 8. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Only able to gain a couple there. 3rd and 7 now.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A big play there on the catch and run. 30 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And a quick throw here. That's complete. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after.
Richardson hit it, he fumbles it. And it's picked up by
Chiefs. And a big turn. Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick, and this is going to be intercepted.
The defense looked geared.
Richardson throwing to start the drive. He's going to air one out. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
What we've seen so far in this game, they are not going to allow a big shot over the top. You can have whatever you want underneath. They'll give you that.
And now a fumble. The ball's out, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And some room to work. Into the 43, so down. Throwing to start the drive. Richardson.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down.
He's got it at the 15. And this will set them up nicely deep down in KC territory. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Vance. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
In motion left goes a tight end.
Richardson to throw off play action.
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Browns get a bit closer.
And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can...
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
Play action. Now Richardson. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be. We're back now in KC. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the 4th. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Oh, he stays up on the move to his left. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 49-yard line. In motion comes the tight end left.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Quick throw completed by Richardson. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Now it's Richardson. Over the middle, taken in by Neighbors. And quickly, they get to the line. Now Richardson back to throw it. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Back to the air with Richardson. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. He hit his first. Now this from 43. Butker's kick here is good. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll find a little space. He gets this up near the 10. 2nd and 5. Richardson looking to throw this. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Going up top. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Richardson looking to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Boy, that was certainly well read defensively. And the key to any screen play is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle it for just a short gain.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 5. He finds his man, complete. That's Barton. That'll go as a pickup of 8. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Richardson. Buying time to his left. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
They're not out of it yet, but in order to come back, they need to play clean football the rest of the way. He makes the correct read there, passing on challenging a blanket coverage and getting the first down with his legs instead.
So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. From the shotgun, Richardson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Now Richardson. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. Richardson to throw it. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And that's the downside of taking these big shots because they're definitely lower percentage plays. And now you look up, and it's 4th down. So not only do you have to worry about getting big yardage,
and he's brought down. Can't do anything.
It's week 13.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Richardson going right to the air. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 2nd and a couple. That's complete to his tight end, Paulson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. They'll send a receiver in motion left. On 1st down, Vance, and tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard, stop short of the 35. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a 1st. Here's Richardson to throw. They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 22-yard line. Up the middle they go. Vance. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. They go play action with Richardson. His throw caught at about the 5. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Here we go now on 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. From the 5-yard line, will this opening drive yield 6? This is 3rd and goal. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's... Richardson out of the shotgun. He finds his man complete. It's Barton. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 34. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Off play action. Richardson. He'll buy some time right. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Richardson working from the gun. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Richardson under pressure, and down he goes. The Browns send out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And this works out well as it'll kick. The Browns drive about to get started. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Richardson off the play fake. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Now a handoff up the middle. Vance, and he is going to have a Browns 1st down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows 1st down. They'll keep it on the ground. Vance looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. They'll come up now with a clock showing 3 seconds to go here in the first. And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football. The offense on third down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. And this one's incomplete.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
And that's one of the dangers of the quick game. If you only have a 2 or 3...
The Cleveland offense ready to go. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3-point CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Up the middle they go. Vance, and he's going to have a Browns 1st down. His good running gets him to about the 44. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Back to throw. Richardson. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. And Richardson looks to throw once more. And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Back to throw again. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to be marked down short of the 1st down, right around the 17. He has really thrown the ball well here in this first half. You see the numbers, up over 200 passing yards already. On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. Throwing to start the drive. Richardson. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. Looking to throw. Richardson. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. The Browns send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. The Browns drive about to get started. And, Charles, we've seen almost 3 full quarters now, and neither offense can really get it going. Neither has hit the end zone, and neither side seemingly can make that big play.
But the game hasn't been devoid of action because these two defenses, they've taken over and they've slugged it out. But I think you're exactly right.
And we're back now here in Cleveland. Now a 2nd and 6. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the 4th. That one taken in by Neighbors. That one a first down pickup of 8. Back to throw. Richardson. Looking right sideline. That's complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. And Richardson completes a quick one out wide. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Let's go now.
Now a handoff up the middle. Vance. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Come on.
They'll keep it on the ground. Vance. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
From the 6. Ready.
And now here's a carry heading left. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
Here we go.
Looking to throw. Richardson. Touchdown, Browns. A great effort there. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Browns are an extra point away from taking the lead here in the 4th. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Flush to his right. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down. Operating from the gun, Richardson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. From the 31, here comes 2nd and a yard. Up the middle they go. Vance, and he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Richardson. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
2nd down, 8 yards to go. They'll try the left side. Vance, and the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he does not get to the first down marker as they stop him at the 19. Here we go. This is fourth down.
Let's go now.
Fourth down, desperation time. Here's Richardson. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to be out of bounds to stop the clock. And they continue to move a little bit closer toward that potential game-winning field goal. Plenty of time left, plus all 3 timeouts. Here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Vance. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here comes 2nd down at 5. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And it took a big 4th quarter to do it, but bottom line, they got the job done.
Yeah, it is the bottom line, isn't it? A few anxious moments along the way, though. A few sweaty palms, not just for the team, but for their fans. As you mentioned, down going into the 4th quarter. How about the rally? How about the comeback? Getting it done on both sides of the ball, holding them when they needed to, and finding ways to get points when they had the football.